Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today is December 8th, 2020, and the news are brought to you by Catlabs of JP, a store based in Boston, ships worldwide, sells 35 and medium format, large format gear, and also have their own film. Today is my brother's birthday, so happy birthday to my brother Thomas. He lives in Cardiff, Wales. And we're going to start with first a little bit of channel news. So last week on Wednesday, I announced that considering the year 2020 is coming to an end and it's been a pretty dreadful year to a lot of people in many different ways, I decided to make a bingo. And that bingo has been stated to me that it's not really a bingo, but more like a raffle. But you can win a camera such as, this one, not this one. This Mamiya RZ plus plenty of other prizes. I'm going to do an update video for tomorrow with all the different prizes. I highly recommend you go check it out. You go to nicosphotographyshow/bingo and you can check the prizes and also be part of the ones that are giving, not only participating. Then there's another little video I'm going to be making today about Christmas. Christmas this year, I have 3 weeks off work and I really want to have some fun making videos. So I make my own videos. I always have my own ideas and I do help people suggest, but this year I'm going to make a video for you guys to suggest 5 videos that I can do in my studio, location, gear, etc. They can be as crazy as you want and I'll choose the top 5 comments on that video. So go ahead. After this news, go watch that video. Now, actually into the news themselves. So we have the Escura Instax project, which was a Kickstarter and an Indiegogo. After the Kickstarter, they moved it to Indiegogo as a store. And they've moved from Instax Mini back and film to Instax SQ, which is the square format. And with that, they've changed the orientation of the film. And now instead of your picture being a portrait and the bottom of the Polaroid being here, it's the picture sideways. So your picture will be normal, but the band with the chemistry where you write your notes on the Polaroid will be on the side. Seems a lot of people are confused with that, don't like it. They want money back. Honestly, I think it's not that big of a deal. I actually like the idea of having bigger film to shoot on, but you can go check it out. Then we have news from Voigtlander, who is making a new 50mm apochromatic f2 lens for Leica M mount. This is great news because Leica sells their own 50 apochromatic, but is well worth over $5,000. The Voigtlander lens is going to be around $1,000 US, coming out in 2021 at the beginning of the year. Then we've been seeing a lot of hints from Mint Camera with a new film camera. Mint makes the RF70 and also the Mint Instax kind of like camera that shoots, I think, Instax Mini if I'm not wrong. And they've been hinting making something that seems to be square. So hopefully maybe it'll be an RF 70, but instead of a wide version, it will be a square version, and maybe it'll be like the Rolleiflex that they said they might make the Rolleiflex looking camera, like a TLR that would spit out Instax square. So there's not much more than hints from a couple accounts, not only Mint, but Gary, the owner, and also a guy that reviews a lot of Instax on Instagram, which I'll post below. Then we have news from Kodak. So Kodak finally got their loan from the US government to try to start off pharmaceutical chemistry, so that's good news. They went up in stock, so if you had stock of Kodak, you maybe made a lot of money. And not only that, but now Kodak Alaris, which remember is a separate entity from Kodak, is now owned by the UK pension fund. The UK pension fund was basically their biggest, they owed the biggest amount of money to them when Kodak, the whole Kodak, went bankrupt in, I think it was 2011, 2012. And now it seems like Kodak Alaris is owned by them. Does this mean there's future for Kodak Alaris? I don't really know. For anyone that wants to go in and read about it and help me out, I'd be very grateful. But yeah, news from Kodak, it seems that they're semi-stable for now. Then we have Malefic Cameras that I mentioned was going to stop selling cameras and making cameras. Well, they would sell you the plans to make it, but now has been sold to Steden Works, which seems to be a manufacturer of cameras and things in the USA. So Malefic Cameras is moving all the know-how from Italy to the US, and hopefully we'll see more cameras coming out from the US under whatever name they decide to put, Malefic or others. Also from Italy, we have Stenopeika with a new 4x5 Michelangelo with 52 centimeters of bellows extension, which is very, very long. Usually on 4x5, you can get around 300 to 450 millimeter extension with different cameras, Chamonix with the extension, Vistas, and so on. So this is pretty long. I don't know a lot of people that would want to shoot with 52 centimeters of bellows. You can use a 450 and focus pretty close. But if you're into the Stenopeika and really use very long lenses, you can check that out. Or also if you're into macro photography, of course, the longer bellows, the closer you can focus. Also from Italy, we have Ars Imago releasing a new 7-step E6 chemistry kit. This is coming from Bellini because actually in their PDF where they show the instructions, they say to refer to Bellini for their, chemical composition and so on. So you can go check it out. 7 steps seem like a lot, but maybe it's more stable in time, which is very important. I actually made a video about E6 developing yesterday in Superfilm support. A lot of good feedback in the comments section, so highly recommend that. Then we have Abdi with their S45 camera, a 4x5 camera, unibody with a helical that is meant to be used as sort of a point and shoot. This camera, I've mentioned it in the news before, is now available to be purchased for around $600, but it doesn't come with a ground glass, doesn't use graph locks, so you can't use different backs. It's made only for film holders, and it's best with a Fujinon 90mm f8. So pretty limiting, pretty high price. It is made out of CNC aluminum, looks pretty nice, reminds me of the Globoscope. But yeah, just in case you guys need a 4x5 camera. Then we have Ludwig. Actually, he writes on Photo Classics that now is Silver Grains, has made an app for those lovers of HC-110 from Kodak. So this app lets you check times, delusions, and so on. It's available for iOS and Android. So myself, I'm going to download that as soon as I finish these news. Very excited to have an app that helps me further investigate my HC-110 love. Then we have, let's start here guys, Film Never Die reusable camera. That reusable camera that's being made by everybody under the sun is now made by Film Never Die. Not only that, also made now by Ilford Imaging, not to be mistaken with Harman. Harman is the one that makes the film we all love, the paper we all love. Ilford Imaging makes that paper that's for like printers and such. They were the old Swiss brand that now is being bought. The coating facility has been bought by Adox. Now they're also making a reusable camera. One more. And not only that, but there's a NINM Lab, NINM Lab, is making a Miss Me reusable camera. Once again, same concept, same camera, different branding. Seems to be very popular to make your own camera in 2020. Then we have a video from Nick. Nick is from the George Eastman Museum. I'm not saying your last name, Nick, because it's not easy for me. And he shows how to do 35mm Daguerrotype. So this is the channel from George Eastman's museum. They have workshops, which of course, due to what's happening, are probably not being held. And they're making really cool videos on how to make different alternative processes for photography. This is one of the places I recommend for you to get a workshop or to watch a video because the information coming from there is the best. So half of the people that give workshops on wet plate and so on learned there how to do all these things. So let's say it's the source of know-how as far as I know. Then we have, what else do we have? Oh, nothing else in the news this week. So sorry for doing the news in this different setup. I know some people like it, some people dislike it. Do remember there's a bingo to give away this camera and extra stuff. Thank you, Catlabs, for sponsoring the news. And as always, guys, if you have any information, send an email to the email below. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.